Welcome into the Bitcoin Crypto live stream, the Bitcoin Crypto Weekly live stream. I am your host, none other than the Crypto Bull God. It's really hard when you're like prepping for this, live stream and you're listening to Salt Shaker, and you're just like, woo! You're just listening to that music and you're just like so fucking amped up listening to that. And the Eagles are 1-0. They are undefeated. Might have been an ugly game, but they're 1-0. That's what you expect in the first game of the season. They are 1-0. Hit the thumbs up button, everybody. I see you there. But you're pretty amped up. You're ready to go. And now we got to get into some nerdy analytical work. Now I got to like calm myself down. I got to look at the charts. No, I already got the charts up here, but you know. What's up, everybody? We got Brian, we got Smudger. What's going on, everybody? Glad to see everyone here in the live stream. As we typically have done in the past, let me make sure my phone is on silent. I'm a popular man. I might get a lot of text messages, so I'm just going to put that on silent. Not really. So, as we typically have in the past, what we're going to do is we're going to go through several key charts. We're going to take a look at the weekly close. I'm going to give you my honest opinion in terms of what the weekly close is telling us. Now, if you did see my recent tweet, you did see Bitcoin weekly close looks pretty fucking bullish. So join me as I prepare to talk about that. Thank you for everybody that is tuning in. You know, one of the things that I've noticed is that when I do live stream, I tend to get more viewers the later it gets into the Eastern Standard Time frame. So I'll have to consider that moving forward. Maybe I need to change my work hours. Maybe my employer just needs to hear me out and say, look, I got better things going on here. I got a live stream, I got crypto maniacs I need to support. So you're gonna have to extend me a little flexibility here because there are more important things than the things that pay the bills. Not really, but anyway, I've noticed that. I've noticed the later it gets in, the more people that join the live stream. But thank you to everyone that is joining. Now, as you know, and I will repeat this throughout the live stream as we go along, I do a TA Q&A at the end of the live stream. So if there's anything I haven't charted that you would like me to chart, please let me know, and I would be happy to do so. So with that being said, let's get into our first chart here. So Bitcoin is set to close. Now, the way this is set to close in less than the next 5 minutes, something tremendously horrible happens, which it's not. The reason I was calling this candlestick, I'm really stuttering and having an issue here. The reason that I was calling this candlestick epically bullish is because, as you can see by the green body here, so check this out. As you know, if you've been subscribed to the What's Up Shantae evening, good evening to you. Thank you for joining. If you've been on this channel for a long time, you know that I say that price wicks are an expression of volatility. So we had, if we zoom in here, right? If we zoom in on this weekly candlestick, look what happened here. I want to, as I often do here, again, I think one of the value-added things that I do in this space is I'm able to take this stuff and translate it in layman terms and create a story, right? So I want to create a story with this candlestick. What happened is we opened here. We opened here at approximately $20,000. Okay, that's where the week opened. We went all the way down here, 18,500. Sellers got exhausted. Right in here, okay? Buyers bought the shit out of it, and we're closing at the high. In fact, we are closing at the highest point that we've been all week at 21,800. This is very bullish. So that in itself is very bullish, okay? A thick green body and a long candlestick. CBG, actually, I won't say what I'm about to say. That wouldn't sound good. As a chartist, and if you're bullish, we like to see a thick candle body and a low wick like this because it expresses seller exhaustion at the bottom and price got bought up, and we're closing at the highest point that we've been all week. Now, that's not the only bullish thing about this candlestick. The other bullish thing, check this out. We've eclipsed this candle here, you see this deep red candle here? This is very bearish right here. How many circles can I draw around here? But we engulfed that candle with this candlestick. This is a greenish engulfing candle. Now, it didn't happen here. I don't know from a technical perspective if it should be the candlestick that follows, but I'm still going to call it an engulfing green candlestick because this body engulfs this entire candlestick. That's very bullish. Now, what do we want to see this week? What do we ideally want to see this week? We want to keep things stupid simple like we always do on this channel. Let's keep it real simple. We're going to close out here. Okay, we're going to close out at about, I don't know, 21,800, okay? So the 200 weekly moving average, this line, because it's the 200 weekly moving average, okay, the pink line here, it is an average price point plotted on a chart of the prior 200 weekly candlesticks. So it should not start dipping down. I mean, this candlestick extends all the way back here, all throughout this price action. So it should still have a slight curl up. So let me tell you what we want to see. What we want to see, this is about to close in about a minute and a half here. This 200 weekly is going to close at about 23,300, okay? What we need to see price open right around here, push up here, right into this area, and close here. We don't want to see a wick and then to close below the 200 SMA. We want to see a candle body get above the 200 SMA and close above the 200 SMA, okay? We are all waiting to see where this candlestick closes. This thing's going to close in about 45 seconds. So you know what? Let's wait for this candlestick to close. So drop me a comment. In the next 40 seconds, let me know what you have going on. We're literally just waiting for this candlestick to print. For everybody new who is tuning in, I appreciate the viewership. I appreciate the support. I've been trying to do more live streams, time permitting. And so I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment. What are you guys doing this evening? Are you catching up on the NFL? I know it's opening Sunday. That's all I've been doing today. This weekend, not a lot of eventful has been going on. Nothing bad. Yeah, Brian, market's looking bullish. We'll take a look, my friend. Actually, I'll open up the Dow Jones, actually. We'll take a look at that. I didn't have that open, but we'll take a look at it. Yeah, good to see you back, Brian. I know you've been on here quite a few times. So I'm glad to see everybody who is returning and everybody who is new to the channel. So with that being said, it is 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time in South Florida. We have just closed our weekly candlestick. Any price indicators here? We can take a look at the RSI. Actually, let's take a look at the Stochastic Rsi. Let's see what that can tell us. Sorry, a little indigestion. Just got done eating dinner not too long ago. Stochastic Rsi is looking nice. We have a positive. Now, why do I say it's looking nice? I don't want to say it's just looking nice and not, have you guys hear what I'm saying. Now, it's going to start getting overextended at some point. Not that price indicators, just to let you know, price indicators can stay overextended for a period of time and be oversold for an extended period of time. But something that we do want to keep an eye on the Stochastic Rsi is, now, one, we have a positive cross here. The blue is above the orange, which is very good to see. We are up towards 85, 84, 85. So we're starting to get towards like oversold territory. So it's something we want to stay on top of. I've seen Stochastic RSIs plenty of times ride the 100 line like this for several weeks. So it's not like we can't be overextended. But this is very bullish. This is very good to see on the Stochastic RSI. Now let's go back to the, let's get this off. Let's go back to the RSI. Anything we can see on the RSI? Several key areas of support that I have drawn here. Really the area on the RSI that I want to see us get back above without going back in time in history to show you this. It's been on other videos that I've put out. Everybody new joining, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. It supports me as a content creator. Appreciate it. We want to get above this approximate 41 level. So about, call it 40 to 42. Let's get this RSI above there. You can see we're starting to regain some prior areas here that have been historically low levels in RSI. So that's very good to see. Now let's push up above this 41 level and hold it as support and continue moving up. Because what that's saying in layman's terms is as the RSI is going up and it's crushing through prior areas of price confluence, once were support, now is resistance, which is around 41. What it's saying is strength, the relative strength. It's called the relative strength index, the RSI. The relative strength in the price is starting to pick up with price movements up. So that would be very good to see for the price to get above 41, right? But this is very good to see. This green engulfing candle, this is a very bullish candlestick. Now, what I want to see, I want to see us again. Look, just like I said a couple of minutes ago, the 200 SMI is at 23,300, right? No CBG, it's at 23,335.67. Yeah. All right, whatever. 23,300, all right? So we want to get this weekly candlestick, or we want to see this weekly candlestick or the next one or two continue its upwards trajectory here and get above the 200 SMA. That's really what we're looking for on this weekly view here for Bitcoin. The Heikin Ashi, this is a very good sign. Okay, so I was waiting for this candlestick to print. This gets me very excited. The things that get me excited in life, most people aren't excited by those things. That's why you call me a nerd. Did you know, by the way, on an unrelated note, I don't think on this channel, did you know that I actually probably could look a lot more authentic and a lot more, people would take me a lot more serious if I did this? Nah, these are my glasses. Now, I do put these on from time to time when it's a little bit too much looking at the computer screen. Does it make me look more intelligent? Drop me a comment if the glasses are making me look a little bit more intelligent. Yes, it does make me look a little bit more like I know what I'm talking about. You can believe me. You don't even need to double check what I'm saying. You can just look at me and I look intelligent, right? Okay, enough of that. Anyway, this is very good to see. So one of the, let's get off the RSI. One of the items that I've been covering on this channel is the weekly view, but with the Heikin Ashi candles. And one of the things I've pointed to, the Heikin Ashi, all you're doing is, if you're in trading view, you're changing from candles to, see this right here? Excuse me, Heikin Ashi. They are trend reversal indicators. Red meaning the trend is not your friend, it's going down. Green, the trend is your friend to the upside, okay? So it's not, and again, I want to, anytime I speak to an indicator, anytime I speak to price data, there's no one indicator, there's no one chart that's going to tell you all, okay? But this can be a leading indicator to help to discern where price might be going next. Now, I've covered this plenty of times. When we've seen green form around the anytime we've been around here, let's just go back in time, okay? You can see here back in 2019, we temporarily turned green and then went red and then turned full on green. This was right around the 200 SMA. Back here when we were at the 200 SMA, you can see when we got down here, once we turned green, we never really looked back. A little bit of red in here, but we never looked back. Now we've gotten back down. Okay, same thing here. Sorry, back in the beer virus. Back in March of 2020, you can see we got down here at red. Once we looked green, we never went back. Just a clear trend up. Well, here we turned green temporarily and then dipped back below the 200 SMA and turned red on the Heikin Ashi candles. We've just turned green a second time. Let me tell you what this is telling me. This is telling me is the Heikin Ashi candles are telling me that currently there is momentum to the upside, and based on history, that has a solid likelihood of continuing. So we could see choppiness, okay? We could see choppiness, okay? This isn't about moving a straight line up. People get so emotional. This isn't about going straight up. But what we could see, what this is telling me is, price momentum has sort of exhausted going down here. And now it's telling me that, this is telling me as a leading indicator that we could see continued momentum to the upside. So it's something to keep an eye on with the Heikin Ashi. I would encourage you guys, does anybody here, I'm curious, hey, Crypto Ryan, welcome to the live stream, good to see you. Does anybody else here use the Heikin Ashi candlesticks? I'd be very curious. Crypto Ryan says the weekly RSI has broken the downtrend. Could you check? I haven't gotten the charts up at the minute. Are you talking about Bitcoin, or what are you talking about here? Because I just spoke to the weekly Bitcoin chart. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Okay. I think I see what you're saying. So there is a. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As you can see, touch, touch, touch. Whoop. Thank you for pointing this out. Touch, re-enter, break. Okay? So to Crypto Ryan's point, the downtrend on the RSI has been broken. Another strong indicator that what's happening is exhaustion is coming into the sell side, and we're starting to regain strength to the buy side, to the upside, right? Again, I just want to, before we start talking about the DXY here, I want to encourage you guys and girls. There's at least one girl here. Good to see Shanta here. There's at least one lady here. I want to encourage you guys, if you're listening to people on Twitter and getting your investment advice or trading advice from people on Twitter, you're going to lose a lot of money. So I'm just trying to point out to you facts in the charts. That's all. But anyway, let's take a look at the dollar index. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it. So one of the things I was pointing out in the dollar index here, just looking at a weekly for the moment, this was printing a gravestone doji. This isn't really a gravestone doji, but it's still a bearish candle. In layman's terms, what is this saying? So let's paint a story. Let's paint a story with this candlestick. So apparently, this candlestick opened early. I didn't realize it opened before 8 p.m. today. Excuse me. This was the prior week here. So what is this saying? Let's paint a story. We opened here, okay, at about 109. We went all the way up to here at almost 111. We went all the way down to 108 and closed right around just under 108, okay? Just under 109. So what it's saying is there was a lot of volatility. We went way up, we went a little bit down, but ultimately we closed under where we opened, okay? That is not good in terms of being bullish on the dollar, but it is bullish on crypto because, as you know, hopefully, if you follow me on Twitter at Crypto Bull God, here I am on Twitter, Crypto Bull God, if you're not giving me a follow. And if you're following me on YouTube, you know that the DXY historically has had an inverse relationship with crypto and assets within the stock market, right? So as the dollar is gaining strength, assets in crypto are suffering in price. As the dollar is crashing and going down and correcting, historically what that has led to is rises in the prices of crypto as well as assets within the stock market. The other thing I want to point out with the dollar index, which I believed has most likely topped, I do feel that the dollar has most likely topped. What do you guys see here, which I've been pointing out? By the way, this is just a rough trajectory of something I could potentially see playing out. It's, people love to confuse my words. They don't confuse my words. They don't actually listen to what I'm saying. I'm 100% comfortable and on board because I'm a very humble person, acknowledging when I make a mistake or when I say something and need to clarify something and I haven't communicated something well. But I do feel in general I'm a very good communicator. And unfortunately, what happens is some people hear what they want to hear. They're not actually listening to me. So I want to let everyone know. I don't know if you're aware of this, but I want to make you aware. I'm not making any predictions of anything. Okay, no predictions. Okay, that's not what this channel or content is about. I love muting people. I don't block people unless if somebody is vulgar towards me or very offensive. But the mute button on Twitter is very, very powerful. I just don't need to hear from people. I believe in free speech. You can say whatever you want. I just don't need to hear it or read it. But anyway, I don't make predictions. I'm making an educated guess that something like this could play out. Now, one of the other things that I'm pointing out on this chart is, right, we have a high here, a higher high here, and a higher high here. What's happening in the RSI? A high here, a lower high, and a lower high. Well, what's happening is it's called a negative divergence. So essentially what's happening is as price is moving up, and again, this is just explained in layman's terms, okay? As price is moving up, the strength within the price movement is decreasing, okay? Those price movements are being formulated with greater weakness, not greater strength. What you'd like to ideally see if you're bullish on the DXY or any chart, this could be any chart, as this is increasing, as price is increasing, the RSI is increasing. That's what you want to see. If the RSI is decreasing, what it's saying is, yeah, price is going up, But this down here is trying to give you a leading indicator that we're running out of strength. We're running out of gas. There's weaker momentum behind the price movements up. So the DXY, without question, is running out of gas. So we'll have to see how it plays out. But around this 97 area is a key level of price confluence that I've spoken to before on Twitter and on YouTube, which ultimately I could see it ultimately correcting to providing some temporary support and then continuing further downside. That's kind of what I'm seeing. So what I would say about this weekly close is it's very good. It's very bullish for crypto and for the rest of the stock market. Getting into Bitcoin dominance, and then, oh, cool, Smudger, you prefer using the Heikin-Ashi candles. Yeah, they're a very powerful tool, and they are only something that I've really started to utilize more and more within the past, I don't know, time periods kind of blend together, maybe since 2020, you know. I think I started taking professional trading classes. I wouldn't even call them trading classes because people hear trading and they think day trading. I do not day trade. I signed up for paid and studied many hours and did paper trading. But I would call it chart reading classes. There we go. I took those back in 2016. And I want to say, you know, like 4 years later, I started using Heikin-Ashi candles. So anyway, this is the Bitcoin dominance. Nothing here is surprising. Guys, the story here hasn't changed. We've hit this area 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and a 4th time. This area here is getting weaker and weaker. There's a big bear flag and a descending triangle playing out. Just because we bounced here, this is not shocking to me. In fact, I drew out a hypothetical sort of general, again, not a prediction. This is a general movement within price. What am I drawing here? Well, what I drew was we'd hit this area here. We actually wicked below it. We'd sort of bounce back up to here. We could go all the way up into here. We could go all the way up to here, and then we'd see a fall once we hit this level again, is ultimately what I'm saying. And then maybe another sort of relief rally, and then an ultimate fall for the mega alt season, okay? Again, if you've been paying attention to what I've been saying, I said this is going to take many months to play out. Again, we see that the MACD is negative. Very good to see in terms of what I'm looking for that I've explained in other videos. Here's the main thing to keep in mind with this chart, and this is what you want to keep in mind as you're looking at it. You ultimately want this, if my main hypothesis will hold true, and we are going to see the price pattern play out, we need to remain under here. Now you see there are wicks above here, right? You see how there is a wick above the line and a wick? Again, it's just volatility. We could come all the way up here. We could wick up here. We could wick up to 45%. But we want the candle bodies to close under here to remain consistent with the price pattern so that it remains valid, right? So I would say about Bitcoin dominance, there's nothing surprising here. This floor is getting weaker and weaker. I would suspect the 5th time that we come down to this floor down here, it's going to break whenever that is. So nothing super surprising here. Again, if anybody wants to challenge me on this thought process, first off, the pattern's valid, so you really have no sort of argument there. The other thing I would ask you is if you're challenging me and saying that you have a stronger, you feel that there's a higher likelihood that this is going to happen, okay, we're just going to continue going up, I would say, okay. I want to hear you out, but I want you to explain to me this. We came up here and had a high, we had a low, we had a higher high, and now we've created a lower low. We did not create a higher low because we went below here. So please explain to me how that's going to happen because we completely negated that. For everybody new tuning in, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Appreciate the support. Drop a comment. Anything you want me to see me chart, I got it. 12-hour, nothing to go over here. You know, typically what I like to do on these live streams on the close is I like to stick to the 1 week chart, so I don't really want to say too much to this. I did tweet out, look, step 1, if you took a look at my video in terms of the 3 steps that happen on the charts, you have 3 charts open, and once you check off the 3 boxes on those charts, you can feel convicted that most likely The odds are strongly in our favor for there to be an extreme bullish momentum move to the upside. Step one is the 12-hour chart, and what I'm seeing right here is very, very good. It's very bullish. What we want to see here, this is just general price movement. You see these arrows here? This is just general price movement. I want price to get above the 200 SMA. Once the price gets above the 200 SMA, it's going to cause the 50 in particular to start to curl up. It's going to cause the 200 to sort of flatten out, and gradually start to curl. You'll get this golden cross here, okay? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for price above the 200 SMA. We're looking for both moving averages to be curling up and to get a golden cross. So what we're looking at here is very good to see. Very good to see. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, okay? There's still a lot of work to be done on this chart. We have to remain patient, but the basic building blocks are here for this to continue. Keep in mind, as salty as you might want to get and get emotional about this drop, could I please remind you about something on a macro scale, okay? And it just amazes me. It amazes me the emotion in this market and why people just can't stay level-headed and just look at the charts to get the facts. This is a low, this is a high, and this is a higher low, right? This low is higher than here, right? Okay, so now what we're waiting for, right, again, basic building blocks of a bullish narrative. We're waiting for a high to get, I don't know, somewhere up in here, to get above this high, right? What do we have? I mean, look at this. It's like ping pong action, right? We have a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, okay? That's what we're waiting for. It's really that simple. But it's when people get caught up in this day-to-day garbaggio that they get so emotional about stuff. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Oh, this is very good to see. Let's take this red line of resistance and let's turn it back into support. We got back above 1,700. Where are we sitting at? Oh, shit. Where are we sitting at? We're sitting at 1760. Very good to see, okay? So I've drawn out this green arrow here, roughly what we want to see, okay? What we're seeing with Ethereum is very encouraging. Are there any price indicators we can take a look at too? Yeah, we negated. Look, we're starting to negate a lot of these descending resistances within the RSI, and we're breaking above. Now you can see we're above a key level of 42, and we've sustained that, which is good to see. I want to break this black line. I want to break it, maybe bounce the support and continue up. I want that strength to come into the price movements. We want the strength, which is the RSI, to come back into the strength movements, but that's starting to happen. Seller exhaustion is taking place, okay? The next thing for us to do is to continue up here and continue creating the higher highs and higher lows. Nothing has changed, okay? But it's very good. This candlestick, the way we closed here, very, very good to see. Look at these two candlesticks. As soon as we got down here into the $1,400 area, what happened? Bullish green candle, back above 1,700. Very, very good to see for Ethereum. Let me see what questions I have here, and then I'm going to continue covering some of these charts. There were a couple charts in particular. Actually, let me tweet out. About to speak to one. Okay, I am a Harmonaut. Follow my. Okay, so I'm gonna, one of the things I tweeted out was that I was gonna cover Harmony 1 and why I do think that the price is setting up for a potential massive move to the upside. A lot of these cryptos are. This is Cosmos. Adam, you can see there was a ascending triangle that I had drawn here. This is playing out perfectly. Okay, we had this area of resistance that's now support. You can see we back tested it right there. See how we back tested it right here and we're bouncing up. This area here, which we've already hit, we had a perfect wick here between 17 and 21 that I've been speaking to. This is going to provide a major area of resistance. So I'm looking for this red candlestick. If it can manage to continue strength and get in here, it's gonna face some resistance in 21. Not saying we can't temporarily go above it, but I don't see it bursting right through 21. I see that serving as an area of resistance. So that's what I see for Cosmos Atom. So this This coin, I'm a little Raven, okay, ticker symbol RVN. I'm a little salty because if you were with me during the happy hour on Thursday, this was a weekly chart I had planned on covering because I saw the price movements taking place. And I wanted to put everyone on alert to potentially look at it as a swing trade play. But as you'll note during the happy hour, I said, I didn't get to all the charts. I'm not going to be able to get to everything. So yeah, well, I had this open and never spoke to it. And then it went up like 70%. So that fucking sucks. But, is what it is. But anyway, if you're looking to get into a position for Raven right now, you can see these downward lines of resistance that I have drawn here. You can see an upward sloping line of support. If it were me trying to enter a position, depending on the weekly candle, since we're looking at the week, anywhere in here, okay? That's where I would be looking for. So if we came down here, I would be a buyer. If it wasn't till out here and we hit the upward slope, right? Let's say we had a little bit of correction in here, right? And we were here, I would be looking anywhere in this area in here, okay? So really what I personally would be doing if I'm looking for a position in RVN, I would look at a mixture between this upward sloping line and this green line of support around 3.2 cents. But this thing made a monster move, which a lot of other cryptos, I think it's just a matter of time. Look at the volume on this thing. Largest volume we've seen on Binance in a very long time. I think this thing jumped from, and this is really what can happen. I mean, this thing, I think it had a market cap ranking of around 120 or 140, and it jumped all the way up into the 60s, I think now. I think, let me see. Where's Raven at? I think Raven's up in the 60s, not in the 40s, is it? I think it's the 60s. No, 75. Okay, but I think it was at like 140, so it cut its market cap position in half. So giant move by Raven. So that's what I would look for on ticker symbol RVN Raven. This is, okay, so this is a smaller token. Let's take a look at the market cap position on this thing. Ticker symbol SYN. I don't know anything about the project. This is market cap ranking 224. So one of the things I've been doing, I've been spending a little bit of time trying to find, I would say, 3 to 4 tokens that are really low market cap rankings, meaning in the 200s, the 300s, 4, 5, 600s, and just throwing a very small amount of my investment portfolio into it. And I'm doing it 100% based on the chart. I'm not going into any fundamental analysis. I'm just looking at the chart. This thing looks like it's set up for a potential breakout. So what you have going on here, you can see the highs at around, $4.60, we'll call it. But you can see we're setting up for sort of an ascending triangle. Now, what I would like to see, I'd like to see price come right back into this area around $1.30, $1.50, $1.40, okay? And I want to see it hold a support. If that happens, I'm a buyer. I'm not buying right now. If it is, I personally am, again, nothing here is financial advice. We're all big boys and big girls. I'm just letting you know. And this is actually a 2-day chart. Let's get to a weekly because that's the point of this weekly live stream, right? But there's not a lot of price data here. If this holds a support and we get up here, I could see a massive move up to entertain levels in here, which is taking us from like $1.90 all the way, to doubling basically in price and more. So that's what I would look for on SYN. Let's take a look at the weekly real quick. I wanted to point this out to you guys because, again, this is personally on my list. Just, again, a small position that I'm looking to enter into. Yeah, you can see here on the weekly, same sort of formation. You put it on a 3-day, same sort of formation. So that's what I would be looking for. If we come down into this level and we hold it as support, I would be a buyer personally for a small position, hoping to capture a lot of upside. You have to understand, a lot of these small, I'm running out of water here. These small, really small time market cap positions, they have an opportunity to really run hard. Now, last one I want to get into before I get into the Holy Crypto Trinity, HBAR1, and Mana, because I know hopefully there's a Harmonaut or two that has joined the live stream for Harmony 1. This is Gala. The thing I wanted to point out in Gala is I still hold a position in this, a larger swing play. You can see the RSI is increasing as price has been going down. That's bullish divergence. Now, this is a 2-day. I wanted to show it to you on a smaller time frame. Nothing here has changed. Let's look at the weekly view. This is a weekly close. Let's see how the weekly candlestick looked. Very good to see. Very good to see for Gala. Okay, very good to see. This is a nice hammer stick formation. What does that mean? Price opened here at about 51.52 cents. Okay, we went all the way down here, but seller exhaustion. Buyers bought the shit out of it, and we closed above where we opened at around, I don't know, it was like a half a cent higher, or yeah, half of a cent higher. The point is, this is a bullish candlestick. This is it's a doji slash hammer candle. But it is bullish because we wicked all the way down here. We did not close above the ascending line of support here. So this 4.7 cents to 5.1 cents is a key area of support that has been holding, which is good to see. I personally, never financial advice, not financial advice. I personally think the levels that we're at right now is a very good longer term buy opportunity to the upside once we re-enter bullish momentum in this market going into next year. I really feel very good about that. Now let's get into the Holy Crypto Trinity. So I see some questions coming in here. That's good. I appreciate it because I do want to take questions. For everybody new joining, if you have any TA questions, make sure that you ask them. Yeah, let's take a look at HBAR. Now, I am an HBAR. Well, first off, I'm an HBAR-barian. But secondly, I would consider myself, I don't know what you have to be a whale. I always say that. But I hold a fuck ton of HBAR, so because the technology and the fact that it's run by grown-ups is too much of an opportunity to pass up for the long term. We're still sort of hugging this upward. Let's get off this RSI. We're sort of still hugging this trend line here. Okay, nothing too crazy going on. Major areas of support between 6.2 cents and 5.4 cents, excuse me. Whew. 8:30, it's getting late for CBG. CBG needs to go to bed and fall asleep next to his imaginary beautiful girlfriend. All right. My sense of humor is poor sometimes. What else did I want to point out here? There was something I wanted to point out. I actually want to take a look at the 10-day with you real quick. One of the things I've been pointing out is, you see this RSI with a moving average here, simple moving average 14. You can pull this up on TradingView. Anytime we've gotten crosses above here, again, nothing's 100%, but anytime we've gotten crosses here, we've seen massive moves up. On the 10-day, you see we're starting to cross here. This could be a leading indicator that we could see maybe a major move up. Again, I'm on record saying I will feel most bullish. Okay, let's go back to the weekly. I will feel most bullish on HBAR once we get above and get a candle body back above this area here. We're going to call it 21.5 cents. Okay, once we get a back above this 21.5 cent area, we're up in here, and we're kind of holding it as support. It's just a matter of time until we're breaking 58 cents and forming new all-time highs. Well above $2 plus for HBAR, in my opinion. Ryan had a question about... Yeah, you want to see downward line of resistance on the RSI. I don't know if this RSI is the same as... Oh, now you're going to be a little bitch and not work? Okay, well, you know, sometimes TradingView likes to be a little bitch. All right. Excuse my language. You know what? Don't excuse my language. I'm being myself. And if you don't like my language, you can feel free to leave. No. No, I appreciate your viewership. Hit the thumbs up button, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Fuck. Just give me a fucking regular RSI. I don't want all these lines. Just give me an RSI. RSI, whatever. You know what? Fuck this. TradingView gets too complicated. Let's look at the downward lines of resistance here. Ooh, thank you, everybody new tuning in. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and drop me a comment. Who's here who hasn't commented? What would you like to... Oh, here we go. Let's get this off. What would you like me to chart for you? Downward line of resistance... that has definitely not been broken. No, that has not been broken. And this one is starting to break. You can see there's a secondary descending line of resistance that's starting to break, but there's still a lot of momentum that needs to pick up in H-bar. And that's nothing against H-bar. It's like that with all altcoins. But we really have this first major area of resistance here for H-bar is 15 cents. Now, what's good to see, I will say, with this weekly close, okay? First off, this is a great candlestick to see. But I'll tell you what I didn't want to see. I didn't want to see us get down here. You see how we wicked and got above it? I didn't want to see us close down here because now we're starting to flirt with this. And if we break this, we could go lower, right? So very good to see that we close back above 6.2 cents, and we're just kind of straddling this line right now. We just need to continue our movements up. And we still have higher highs and higher lows, which is good to see. Give me 1 second. I apologize. Let me get some water. Give me like 10 seconds, and then we're going to get to Harmony 1. All right, just give me like 10 seconds here. Was that 10 seconds, 15 seconds? Did I lose everybody? All right, thank you. For everybody who waited, I appreciate the patience. Now, I do not tweet things out. Anytime I ever tweet things out, there's a purpose behind it. It's never hype. It's never, I am stating things for a purpose. We're going to get into that now. So why did I tweet out that I feel like Harmony 1 has a potential for a very large breakout to the upside in the coming weeks? Why did I say that? Let's take a look at the charts. Now, first off, here's the first thing I want you to recognize in the chart, okay? Now, this is the weekly chart. We always look at the week on the weekly close. Yes, this is very good to see. This is very similar to H-bar. We had volatility down here. We touched our trend line. We closed up. This is a hammer candlestick / doji. Very good to see, okay? Higher highs and higher lows are being sustained, all right? So these are all basic things we need to see. A low, a high, a higher low. Okay, now we need to see continued movements up to get higher highs. Okay, very good to see. But actually, I want to turn your attention to the 10-day chart. Okay, and what I'd like to turn your attention to for number one is we are following this upwards trend line, right? But the other thing is, similar to H-bar, the case I'd like to make is every time we've had this cross on the RSI, we have seen large, indicated by the red arrows, large movements up, okay? The 10-day candlestick closes on the 18th of September, okay? That is in 7 days. A new candlestick will print. When we are, and here's the other key. I forget if this is on a weekly or if this is on a 10-day. This is really on you can say it's on a 10-day. If you see this RSI get above 40, we need it to get above 40, and we have this cross, purple crossing above the orange, okay? The odds, and there's limited price data, that's the other thing to recognize, just on the USD chart, the odds are in our favor to get some sort of strong price movement to the upside. It wouldn't surprise me to touch a major area of resistance around 9.5 cents. There's a lot of price confluence down up there, including this descending line. That would not surprise me. Yes, that's more than a 4x from here. It's about a 4.5x. Yes, things move very quickly in crypto. Welcome to crypto. Welcome to the cryptocurrency markets. This is how the markets move. Now, this is the first chart that I wanted to show you. The second chart, which is very good to see, okay, very good to see. You see this area here? You see how when we broke up here, we couldn't sustain it, we broke down, we got up here and we broke down? Look what's now happened. We're sustaining the same area as strength, okay? There's a case to be made that we've sustained it as strength, that strength will continue and we're going to start to push up into these other areas of resistance. That's case number 2. Are there any indicators here? Yeah, the MACD is starting to curl. The Stochastic RSI is starting to curl up, and the RSI is starting to curl up. MACD is starting to curl up, and the Stochastic RSI is also getting close to 20, but not quite there. This is actually the 2-week chart. I apologize. Let's look at the weekly. No, we're all above here. Actually, this is all crossed. The MACD is turning green, and the Stochastic RSI is well above 20. Sorry, I was on the 2-week chart. Okay, so things are looking very good. The last chart, I want to kind of put the pieces of the puzzle together here. This is the one, let's get off this because this is going to confuse everybody. Get rid of these arrows here. This is the 1 H-bar chart. This is a relativity of 1 USD relative to H-bar, okay? So whether it's any of the USD values of 1 or H-bar increasing or decreasing in value, 1 is doing it at a better rate of return, meaning if both are decreasing, 1 is decreasing at a lower rate. If they're both increasing, 1 is increasing at a higher rate, right? If the price of the chart is going like this, it means that the USD value for 1 has been appreciating at a greater value than H-bar. Okay, this is a 10-day chart. Again, I'm going to turn your attention off of the 1 week just for the sake of this conversation, okay? And these lines here, don't pay attention to them because the way they were drawn, it was on a 2-week chart. Okay, they are valid, in fact, just so you're not getting distracted. This is on a 2-week chart. These lines are very, very valid. Okay, so what I want to show you on the 10-day chart, I really like looking at the 10-day chart. We've had a massive depreciation in value of 1 relative to H-bar given the fall in price. But if you followed what I said here, that H-bar has sort of been excuse me. H-bar has been straddling this line, okay? And I did not show this before. I apologize. The RSI is starting to pick up here when we've seen crosses, okay? When we've seen crosses, we've seen large increases in price, okay? And we're starting to sort of see a curl here. Price is starting to stabilize, okay? What I'm anticipating for H-bar is an increase in value. Now, just follow this for a moment and drop a comment if this is not making sense. This is very important that you understand this. Are there any harmonauts here? I'd be very curious. If I'm anticipating that the USD value of H-bar is going to go up, there's nothing bearish about H-bar. I'm very bullish about H-bar. But now I'm looking at the 1 USD and I'm saying, yeah, it looks like it's going to appreciate in value. And the relativity chart of 1 to H-bar, okay, it's getting a curl. It looks like it wants to get above this key area of 44 that I have drawn here. It's holding an ascending area of support and coming up on a major area of resistance here. And we're starting to get a curl up on the RSI here. If I am concluding that 1 USD is going to appreciate in value and 1 H-bar chart is going to appreciate in value along with H-bar USD increasing in value, what that's telling you, if that makes sense, H-bar USD is increasing in value, 1 USD is increasing in value, and 1 H-bar chart is increasing in value. What it's telling you is everything's moving up, but 1 is going to outpace H-bar because of this chart, okay? That's why I'm saying I'm anticipating in the coming weeks, okay, in the coming several weeks, that I could see the potential for H-bar making a very large move up, okay? And I'm kind of signaling this yellow zone as the first major area of resistance that I want to see it get in, right between 0.5 and 0.75, meaning wherever the H bar price is at, let's say H bar moved up and it got right here around like 11. Let's actually just say 10 cents to keep it simple, okay? By the time H bar is at 10 cents, okay, if this were to play out and we did see a rise, okay, in the 1 H bar chart, and 1 USD is increasing and it got up in here, 1 would be somewhere between 5 to 7.5 cents, which is, you know, what, 2.5 to nearly 4x from where it's at right now. So those are the charts I'm looking at to sort of put the puzzle pieces together to say that not only are 1 and H bar going to increase in value, that I see this happening based on the charts here, more than likely, nothing is a guarantee, but that I see the potential for 1 to outpace that and really have a substantial move up. So we'll have to see how this pans out. Let me know if that was making sense. I'm hopeful that I was able to explain that well. Sometimes you explain things and feel real confident. Sometimes you explain things and you're like, I don't really know if anyone really fucking understood that. Let me take a break because I feel like I've been talking for a long time. I only have a couple more charts that I was planning to cover. I'll look at algo, absolutely. Brian, I'm glad to hear that. I could make so many jokes about an imaginary girlfriend. You know, it'll happen. Well, DeFi Kingdoms did leave, yes, given all the bullshit that was going on with the Horizon Bridge and the hack and people getting the private keys and all that stuff. You know, and them losing $100 million. $100 million is not a small chunk of change. Yeah, but I do have confidence that they are going to make a comeback. It's not going to be easy. But again, even if I put the fundamental stuff aside, let's put the Brian, let's put the fundamental stuff aside for a second. Jordan, by the way, good to see you. Again, putting all that aside, what is not bullish about this chart, right? Look at this. What is not bullish about this chart? We're just riding this line. I'm still waiting for a massive move up. I don't see anything bearish about this chart. So it looks very similar to a lot of other charts. So no concerns. Holly, good to see you on here. We got 2 ladies. Shanta and Holly. Wow, we got 2 ladies on the channel. This is like the largest female audience I have ever had. This is crazy. Might have to reconsider what type of content I put out if I'm going to get more ladies on here. Hey, Ryan. Jesus. I feel like such an ass. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I still have not checked out your channel, and I'm being very honest, and I'm apologetic because I'm going to check out your channel, and it's kind of like my DMs, you know. People DM me, and it's like I see the DM like highlights or whatever, or the signals that someone has DM me, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get to that then, and I just like never make the time for it. So I got to get to my DMs eventually. But I will check out your channel. Congratulations on getting 100. It's not easy to get subscribers. And thank you. I appreciate it. I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers. It's really rough right now. And the same for your channel, Ryan. The same for your channel. And I'll check it out. I'll honestly let you know what I think of your content, and I'll check it out. During a market like this, it is extremely hard to gain subscribers and followers. It's very hard. Unless you're putting out clickbaity stuff where you're like, you know, and you got all these emojis and shit and bright letters and shit. I just can't do that shit. Like, I just, you know, I can put out the corny humor and I can dress up as the Macho Man or Rick Rude or Hulk Hogan or the Ultimate Warrior and kind of be corny like that. I don't mind doing that stuff. But, like, the clickbait thumbnails, it's bullshit. I can't do it. Even if it means I won't get as many subscribers. I can put some catchy thumbnails. I've been trying to do some more catchy thumbnails, but nothing that's like cringe. I can't do cringe. For me, at least, what's cringe to me. But what I was trying to say is, once momentum picks up in the market, Ryan, you'll find that you'll gain a lot more subscribers. YouTube searches, Google searches are all down for Bitcoin and crypto. So once momentum picks up, just adjusting the shirt there. Once momentum picks up in the market, I mean, you'll see your subscribers will pick up. I mean, I have had high aspirations for myself too. Get from 2,000 to 20,000 to 200,000, especially when I have an opportunity to do this more full time. I mean, this stuff is all stuff I'm doing part time, but I have a lot of aspirations to really be doing a lot more content at some point on a very daily basis. So we'll see how that goes. We can take a look at quant. Absolutely. I'm not your typical Chris. What do you mean by that? Yeah, I'm not typical in many ways. I see that the older I get, the more humor in life I find. People stereotype me on the surface very quickly without getting to know me, and then once they talk to me, they see I'm not who I visually appear to be. They're not the easiest. Yeah, you know what? Being contrarian often serves you very well. There's a lot of YouTubers who, okay, you're female and a Gen Xer. Fair enough. Yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers. There is a lot of content out there who I appreciate. And actually, if you follow my content more closely on Twitter, you'll see that I will pay respects and homage to people whose work I appreciate. Like Alessio Rastani. I think he's an awesome Elliott Wave. In fact, not only is he an awesome Elliott Wave technician, and does he not explain himself well, I think he's down to earth. I really think seems like a reasonable guy who's relatable, and I have a lot of respect for him. But I'm pretty sure he offers courses on Elliott Wave, and I might sign up for his classes. I mean, because I'm not an Elliott Wave technician, and I'm trying to find the best resource I can to educate myself to become an Elliott Wave technician. And quite frankly, it's pretty much an excuse at this point for me not to do it now. Like, I have things on my plate, like to-do lists. Like, I want to be a better golfer. I want to take golf lessons. I want to be a good dancer. I wouldn't even say a better dancer, because I can't dance for shit. I'd like to be a good dancer, so I'd like to take some salsa or bachata lessons and really be serious about it and be good at dancing. I'd like to pick up a second instrument and learn the piano or learn the soprano saxophone, or hell, get back into the alto saxophone, which I played for years. I'd like to do some of that stuff. So I have all these things on my to-do list, and it's like finding the time to do it and just making the time to do it. But Elliott Wave analysis is one of those things on my list. So maybe I just spend too much time at the gym. Maybe I need to cut back my gym time. What? Never. All right, let's get back into the charts here. I'm going to answer everybody's questions. Let's skip mana and sand. I can see we're running low on time. I want to get to Sunday Night Football. I'm not a Tom Brady fan, but I am rooting for Tom Brady this evening. I want him to kick the shit out of the Dallas Cowboys and to see the Dallas Cowboys lose on Sunday Night Football. So I need to get to that game. So let me cover a couple quick charts, get to the questions, and then I'm going to head out. I'm going to be out and fall asleep on the couch. I mean, that's as exciting as my life gets right now. Matic, very good to see you. See this? Let's get off these indicators. Let's look at price action. Price action is king. Resistance, broke it, back tested it, now above it. I have been speaking about $1.05 for fucking ever. We need to get back $1.05. If you're like, hey, CBG, what do you see in the price chart for Matic? Get above $1.05. But it's been a very strong performer. This thing, it's going to be in the top 10. It's very close to getting, I tweeted this out many weeks back. I don't know when it was. But I would be shocked if Matic doesn't make the top 10 at some point. You know what? Brian, we can't be friends. You love Brady? What the fuck? Kevin Warren. Still have high hopes for Harmony. Damn right. Damn right you have. Oh no, I broke my button. Well, that's what happens. You know, that's what happens on this channel. I broke my button. Son of a bitch. I'm too hard with it. Oh well, you know, I'm gonna have to get a new button. Anyway, you're damn right you got high hopes for Harmony because it is part of the Holy Crypto Trinity. Let's get this chair out of the way. I barely use that. The Holy Crypto Trinity, H-bar 1 and Mana. Yes, I have very high hopes for Harmony. I wish they... I can't believe I just broke my button. Wow, that really pisses me off, actually. Well, I'll fuck with that later. I wish they made like a cryptocurrency coin market cap where you could exclude Tether, USDC, BUSD, get all these fucking stable coins out of here and let's see the top 10. Because then Matic would be in the top 10. But regardless, Matic will be in the top 10 at some point. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see when it happens. That's my commentary for Matic. Nothing else to see there. You know what? We don't have time to go over this. I'm going to cover Uni and the Uni Link chart. We're going to cover that on the Bitcoin Crypto Happy Hour this week. So tune into that live stream. I don't have time. DigiByte, you know, all I would say here is it's great to see. Where's the new weekly candle here? It's great to see. I don't know why the weekly candle isn't showing. Okay. Well, it's great to see this doji candle come in. And again, this has been a long area of support. Look at this. Support, 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 support. Now, the other thing I'm pointing out here is this has been a key area of resistance and support here, and we broke out. We got in here. Once we broke below, we went way below. Once we got above, we went way above. We're holding this as support right now, which is very good to see. Very good to see. Anything in the RSI about DigiByte, ticker symbol DGB, which, by the way, just got listed on Binance US to all my Digibulls. If there's any Digibulls out there, drop a motherfucking comment if you're a Digibull, because I'm a Digibull. This RSI, let's see, 10-day. I like me that 10-day chart. Anytime we've seen cross, move up. Yeah, because you can see the cross here and a move up. And we're just kind of flat here. So that could be another leading indicator. We could see some potential moves up. But let's kind of see how this plays out for DigiByte. But it's holding support right now. Nothing too crazy to see. This is one of these tokens, though, when it does move, it moves fast. What I want to do now is we've been on the live stream for an hour. So I'm going to take a few questions. And then, yeah, that's where we're going to end things. Chris Dominator, you are definitely a new joiner. And you are trolling me because I'm 100% natty. I don't want my balls shrinking, so I've never taken anything. Plus, I am a man of integrity, so I couldn't look at myself in the mirror if I knew I cheated, because I think taking steroids and juicing up is cheating. That's just my own personal view. Quant. We're going to take a look at Quant. Holly, there's nothing new to share here. I appreciate the question. There's really nothing new. This is a 3-day chart. I mean, we broke our resistance that I've spoken to plenty of times. We're holding this green area of support, which is very bullish. Now, let's look at the weekly. Maybe there's some price indicators we can hone in on. I can see there's a delay on the comments because I'm looking at Quant right now. And Holly just asked, don't forget Quant, which we're looking at right now, which means there's a lag on the comments. Yeah, Holly, we're holding this 91 as support. We need to start pushing up above this 136, 148. But again, I've spoken to this many times in the past. Low, high, higher, low. This is great. Now let's start pushing up here to get another higher high. And the other thing is, again, look, we had these areas of this downward line of resistance that was broken up, back tested, and now moved up. It's very bullish. Quant's been front running a lot of the market. It's been making a lot of strong moves. The only thing I want to take a look at with you, Holly, are the price indicators. Okay, Stochastic Rsi is beginning to curl back up. That is very good. Let's see what else we got. RSI is at 51. That's a good level. That's a good solid level. And let's, oh, MACD looks like it might be impressive here. Let's take a look at the MACD. This is on the weekly. Wow, MACD looks like it might be making a push. Oh, yeah. MACD looks like it wants to get back above 0 here. That would be very bullish. You know, Quant might start to make a move towards its prior all-time highs sooner than most people think. It's really starting to front-run the market, or has been. It really has been front-running the market. So, yeah, keep an eye out for this one. I appreciate the question, Holly, but this is looking very bullish. By the way, for everyone new joining, I broke my clicker, but hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. What other questions? Thought there was another chart in here. Did somebody ask about... Could you look at A0? Oh boy. This is a chart I haven't heard of. This could go one. So this is A0. Absolutely. I will take a look at it, Smudger. This could go one of two ways. This is either going to be like, wow, thanks for pointing this out. This looks really, really interesting. I'm going to put this on my watch list. Thank you. Or I'm going to look at this and be like, bro, this chart has no price data and it fucking sucks. So let's see. I've never heard of this before. So is this going to be a good chart, or is this going to be a poopy chart? Well, first off, it's on no major exchanges, so that's not a good sign. Okay. You know what? I take it back. Smudger. Well, first off, this is 12 hours. Oh, God. There's going to be no price data on here, my friend. Oh, fuck. Now, you know, the focus of this weekly close stuff is to do weekly views, right? So we can't even look at this on a weekly. So I don't even want to look at this on a daily. We're going to have to look at this on a 12-hour chart. So I will... See, these charts are quite... Well, I do say this is TAQ&A, right? So we don't have to hold it to... weekly view. Let me show you what I see. CBG is tired. CBG is going to sleep like a baby tonight. All right. Ooh, beautiful. I love market confluence. Look at this beautiful market confluence. I'm still pissed. I'm still thinking about the fact that I broke my clicker. If anybody would like to buy me a new clicker to provide support to the channel, let me know. I'll give you my PO box and you can send me a new clicker, because I'm a little pissed off right now. I'm actually really pissed off about it. Maybe like down to here. Down to here. All right, let me show you how I drew this. So there's some price confluence here. Candle body, candle body, candle body. You get some wicks up through here. Candle body, wicks, wicks, wick. Wick, wick, candle body, candle body. So there's price confluence all in this range, this yellow range here. This is A0. So what now the good thing to see is, and this is the all-time high up here. Okay, around $1.60. Now what's good to see is we broke this area of downward resistance, right? Touch, 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 all these fucking touches, and we broke out. Now, it's not unreasonable, and especially, I don't know what market cap is this thing. Is this like a super low market cap? Jesus Christ. 2,923. Really? That's why it's no exchange. Well, especially knowing now that it's that small of a market cap, 2,923. This thing, just to let you know. Now, if I was looking to buy, I would personally look to buy down towards this level here, in here, around $1.20. We're sitting right now at $1.31. But this thing is so volatile, okay? It's so volatile. It could come all the way down to like here. There's no reason it couldn't come down to like $1.05, okay? Back test this area here, okay? And technically, there's a low here and a higher low here. It'd still be two higher lows and a high up here, and we'd be waiting for confirmation of continuation bullish structure to the upside by making a higher high. We could come all the way down to $1.05, especially with volatility like this. So here's what I would do. Never financial advice. Here's what I would do. If I was looking to enter a position into this token, you don't want to chase anything. You never want to chase anything. You want to allow the price to come to you. Now, that is, you don't want to chase price. You want to allow it to come to you. But if you have an investment thesis for it, there's no reason you can't enter the price at this level. But what I would suggest doing is entering a portion of your investment at this level. What I personally would do, I'd set buy limits for everything down into this region. Everything down into this region. So everything between, say, I would call like $1.20 all the way down, depending what week we're looking at, all the way down to like I'd say $1.05. $1.20 to $1.05 is where I would look to do a buy entry. Let me see other areas of major support here. Yeah, right around here. So you could see a bounce, I don't know, right around here. Dollar like 13. Yeah, like right around 113, 114. Maybe even here with this wick right here. $1.13, $1.14 could be a strong area of price confluence. So that's what I'd be looking at for A0. Hopefully that was helpful. Yeah, Kevin, buying the low prices while you can. I mean, it's like if you think Harmony 1 is undervalued right now, I mean, you could get 100,000 tokens for $2,100 right now. So it's, I mean, the prices that we're at right now. The other way to look at it, you know, speaking of Harmony 1, these two major green areas of support, you definitely don't want to start breaking down below 1.3 cents because now you're entering all this garbaggio down here, okay? Keep in mind, once we broke out of here, you see how it was resistance here? Once we broke below here, we went way down. Resistance. Once we broke above here, we went straight up. So now we're holding this as support. That's very bullish. People get so caught up in all this fucking news, but all that's baked into the chart, in my opinion. Based on my experience, the more and more I've looked at a lot of this stuff, all this shit's baked into the chart. Any other questions? Any other TA questions? Anything I missed? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything I missed. So, guys, I'm going to try to, before you head out, okay, just let me share something with you before you head out here. First off, thank you for tuning in. You guys know I appreciate your support. I always say that, and I very much mean it. But two things. One, I will do my very best to get one more additional video out. I have written down OG coins, a Holy Crypto Trinity update, and altcoin deep dives, where I'm just going into an altcoin and just deep diving into the TA structure. So I will look to get out one TA video this week. I will do my absolute best. I think I can accomplish that. And the other thing is I will be doing the Bitcoin Crypto Happy Hour. It looks like Wednesday. I have some plans for Thursday evening, so I'm going to do that on a Wednesday evening, just as a little bit initial of a heads up. So I hope you can join me for that. So as always, appreciate the support. I appreciate the questions. And A0 all-time high was $3 in April. Wow, I'm not seeing it here. I mean, the exchange, it must be an exchange issue. Sorry, I looked at it on Huobi. I'll take a further look at it, Smudger, though. Hopefully, hey, Smudger, hopefully this analysis was helpful for you, though. But anyway, I appreciate the support, guys. I'm going to go watch Tom Brady kick the Dallas Cowboys' ass and watch Jerry Jones cry himself or poop his pants. He's getting to that age. So for all you Cowboys fans, he probably poops his pants. But thanks for tuning in. EAGLES. We are undefeated 1-0. So until next time, spread awareness and carry the education forward. Thanks, everybody. You know I appreciate it. Appreciate you.